Everyone talks about how affordable and beautiful Calgary is, but let's be honest, no city is perfect. So today we are pulling back the curtain and sharing four surprising truths about living in Calgary that you need to know before making a move. Whether you're already here or thinking about relocating, you're really going to want to stick around for number four. Welcome back to Living in YYC, everyone. Mark Natalie with the Atkinson team at eXp Realty. And for context here, we love Calgary, but we are keeping it real today. These truths are not deal breakers, but they would be good to know. I mean, I would want to know this if I was thinking about moving to Calgary. Calgary is an incredible place to live, but there are four things that might surprise you if you're not prepared. Truth number one, winter is longer than you think. This is a painful truth for all of us that have lived in Calgary, grew up here, moved here. I moved here in 1991. Yeah, snow can come as early as October. I remember a few years ago, we had a freak September snowstorm. Like, I'm going to say mid-September. It was so wet and heavy, it actually snapped tree branches. So that was a bit of a freak, but October is very normal to even see snow on the ground for Halloween. And it does linger till April. And sometimes we even joke that the May long weekend is the final end of winter. We do get some beautiful weather in between there, but just know that snow can last up until April or May every year. Now, Chinooks offer a break, but expect real cold and fast weather swings. We have gone from -30 thanks to a Chinook to +3, +4, +5 overnight in some circumstances, which is crazy, right? You haven't experienced it till you have been here and lived in Calgary, and that can produce Chinook headaches and other health symptoms. But the respite from the cold is, I would say, well worth it. So winter in Calgary isn't just cold, it is a mindset. You need gear and grit. Truth number two is that we do have some public transit gaps. Now, what we lovingly refer to in Calgary as our C train, our light rail transit, is fantastic if you live in the areas where there is coverage. So when we think about coverage, it will go all the way from the northeast part of Calgary, fairly close to the airport, but not directly to the airport, not like Vancouver. And then it will come down through downtown. It goes up through the northwest, past the University of Calgary and McMahon Stadium, all the way up to Tuscany as the deepest northwest station. Then when it comes back through downtown, it'll go down south past the Saddle Dome, Stampede Park, and then heads along McLeod Trail as far south as Shaughnessy. Now, of course, there are the plans for the Green Line, which will go more directly north and then into the southeast portion of Calgary. But for right now, if you are not close, you are relying on bus routes. Now, there are some rapid transit bus routes. They are improving, but car ownership in Calgary is still king. Suburban communities often require driving, so if you're living outside the core, chances are you are going to need a vehicle and maybe two. Truth number three is property taxes are climbing. And when you have a growing city, this is kind of inherent with that, with rising demand on infrastructure. We used to have some of the lowest property taxes in major Canadian cities, but with rising service demands and city growth, as I mentioned, those rates are catching up. And what does this mean for you if you are a homeowner or an investor? Now, affordability is still solid in Calgary, especially compared to Vancouver or Toronto, but that tax creep is definitely something to watch. Truth number four is Calgary can feel like the biggest small town anywhere. Now, the pros are it's friendly, it's community minded. On the con side, you have limited nightlife, less diversity in some areas, and slower cultural growth. This is great for families, but younger buyers might crave a little more action. My daughter, who moved from Toronto, maybe has mentioned that a couple of times. Calgary's charm is real, but if you're after the big city buzz, you may feel the gap. Thanks for watching this whole video. Make sure you give it that thumbs up. Why do you do that? If you like our content, you're going to see more of it in your feed. Now, Calgary is still a fantastic place to call home if you are ready for the full picture. We help families make smooth moves to Calgary, in Calgary, and if that's you, reach out in the description below to book a Google Meet with us. We look forward to seeing you there, and we'll see you next time.